You've read all the books, listened to all the podcasts, taken all the courses, and yet you still feel stuck. Why? Because consuming self-help is not the same as applying it. If you're anything like me, a perfectionist, a recovering perfection, but a perfectionist, you might be stuck in this never-ending loop of learning instead of doing. So let's break that cycle today. So now you have a stack of self-help books, unread self-help books, next to your bed, spread all over the house, on your bookshelves, or in the living room. You nod furiously while listening to a podcast about taking action, while actually doing absolutely nothing. And if you have ever thought, I just need to read one more book before I start, congratulations, my friend, because you might have a self improvement addiction. Now, we're going to see in the first part why we keep consuming without changing. And of course, in the second part, we're going to break that cycle and we will see what we need to do in order to actually change and implement all these great things that we have learned from the books and the podcast and the courses. I remember a client once told me, Vassia, I know all the self-help advice. I could teach all this stuff. So why am I still stuck? And unfortunately, the hard truth really hit them when they realized that knowledge doesn't change your life. Applying it does. Learning without action is like collecting recipes but never cooking the meal. You can have a bookshelf full of cookbooks, but if you don't step into the kitchen, you're still hungry. So why would do that? First of all, the perfectionism trap. Waiting for the perfect moment. I will apply this when my schedule is clear, when I feel confident, when I know all the books, only when I finish the whole book. See, we wait until we finish the whole book. But the problem is that this moment never comes, or when it comes, when you eventually finish the book, actually the momentum has passed and you are not feeling it. It feels actually too much to go back from the beginning and start implementing it. Perfectionist says, go back to the second book, go back to another book, try another one. And that's why we, again, skip the momentum. It's like waiting until you're fit before you go to the gym, right? That's not how it works. We have to go when we really need it, not at the perfect moment. A second reason is, again, what we have talked many times, and it's one of the main struggles of perfectionists, the fear of failure. And specifically in this case, it's the fear of failure in disguise. Sometimes consuming more self-help is more socially acceptable than just procrastinating. When you're meeting your friend, you're saying, oh my God, I read another book this week, fantastic book. And nobody asks you whether you have implemented that. Everybody's saying, tell me what book, I'm going to get it right now. Really? Is that amazing? And it's more socially acceptable way of procrastinating and our way actually to avoid showing to the world that we didn't actually take any action. We just read a bunch of books. So if I don't take any action, then I cannot fail, right? If I don't take any action, also, I cannot succeed. That's the trap. So imagine someone who wants to learn how to swim. And instead of jumping in the pool, they read every book on swimming techniques, they watch all the YouTube videos, they take notes, but they never get into the water. That's what perfectionists do with self-improvement. And the third reason is the dopamine addiction. It feels good. And what does it mean it feels good? It feels productive. Every time you learn something new, your brain rewards you with a dopamine hit. You gain this awareness, this aha moment, again, another dopamine hit. So we like that. We like consuming and reading books because indeed something shifts inside us. You feel accomplished, you feel smart, you feel productive, you feel renewed. Something was processed inside you. Aha! I got it. But nothing changes again. Nothing actually changes. So, who's ready to break that cycle? So, I'm going to share with you 4 steps. First step, read less, apply more. Instead of reading 10 self-help books, read 1 and implement 3 key lessons from it. It doesn't matter whether you reach that goal if all the things that you learn in these books you didn't implement. So, go back to 1 book and implement 3 key lessons. What's one self-help concept that you have learned in the last 3 months? Did you apply it? And if not, go back to it today. Apply it today. Do it today. Step number 2. I love this step. I know it might sound controversial. It might be against your bookworm nature, but I love it. Create a self-help detox. For 1 month, stop consuming any self-help books. Stop reading. You don't need any more. You have plenty of knowledge, plenty of wisdom. And now we want to take that wisdom and make it action. Take one thing you've already learned and live it, experience it, implement it. That's right. Put down the book, close the book, remove the bookmark. You don't have to do anything with that book anymore. Even if you like the cover of the book, it doesn't matter. Just keep it on the bookshelf. Step number 3, it's a little bit of mindset shift. Shift from what did I learn to what did I do? It doesn't matter if you learned something mind-blowing. It doesn't matter if you were the smartest of your friends discussing what you learned with them. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you did. So now you're asking yourself, not what did I learn, but what did I do with what I learned? So instead of writing notes, track your actions. Instead of what did I read today, what did I apply today, right? I remember a client of mine, she used to take obsessive notes from every book. And she would also use these stickers, colorful stickers, and she would put them on the pages that had something extraordinary, very useful, a lot of aha moments. So I challenge her to stop writing notes and putting the stickers and start doing the things that she marked in the book. Instead of highlighting quotes about confidence, for example, she had to actually go and speak up in a meeting and create the confidence. That's when change starts happening. And before we go to the next step, I would like to remind you of the free webinar, Done is Better Than Perfect. And I'm going to share with you exactly the 3 proven strategies so that you can stop this perfectionism that hinders your action. You will find the details in the description. So now let's go to step number 4, the 7-day action challenge. It's good when we say the 7-day action challenge or the 10-day or the 30-day, because that gives us a structure. This is the focused effort that you're going to put. Instead of saying, well, whenever I have time for that, then I'm going to implement it. It's more structured. It creates for you the boundaries that you will put your best self, your best effort in. So the 7-day action challenge. For the next 7 days, don't read another self-help book. We said that. Instead, take one thing that you learned and put it into action. And then come back and tell me what happened and what did you change. Let's create some accountability. That's why I'm here, right? So what's one self-help lesson you know and you haven't applied yet and you want to apply, and what's action that you're committing to today? If this video hit home for you, don't just click away. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe for more content that actually helps you take action. That's why we are doing these videos. And remember, your life will not change just because you read a book or you learned something new. It changes because you actually do something. All right? Thank you for watching. Until next video, take really good care of yourself.